Hello everybody, I'm Techno Void, your host and friendly gargoyle, and with me is Hamster Wings, your number one favorite Pokemon analyst. Back.
This is just gonna be the thing.
With TDD. Season 4.
Just gonna make something up every recap.
That's the way we're doing it. That's how it's going on. So this is a week full of matches that happened.
This is the angry week.
This is the angry week. We're gonna be angry this week, so we hope you're ready. So let's start off with OJ Otter versus Eggplant. I guess I've been using the team name, so this would be Seattle Suicunes versus Sutra Seekers. It's a lot of S.
That's too much S. I'm angry. I'm
so
pissed.
I'm pissed about all this S, dude.
Alright, so when I look at both these teams, I'm like, bro, how does he kill Celesteela? Unless he does the thing, probably with a Z move, because the Z move is the only way I can see to kill it, because the Scarf Dracovish isn't killing it. And then when I look back, I'm like, this probably would have been the only good match to bring Zebstrika, because Ampharos is the only answer to Suicune, defensively and offensively. Zarude would get beat down by Ice Beam, but like I feel like this is the one opportunity he had to bring Zebstrika, and he's not here.
Damn. Well, maybe they'll fight again. Who's to say?
Slowking Galar is, like, good in this game if you kill, like, Dracovish. Then it kind of goes off. Infernape can't fake out anything because everything is inner focus and there's psychic terrain if Lele is running that. Yeah, I mean, that's what I see. Mega Venusaur actually, like, not as big of a threat as usual here because it just gets hard-walled by Celesteela and beat back. Crobat, scary speed control, but like, you see Slowking Galar, you should probably be ready for Trick Room.
Yeah, you should probably taunt it on the first turn.
Yeah, but it might have Mental Herb.
True. Alright, let's do it.
Let's go for it.
Let's go.
Some matches have so much chat. And then, as you can see here, my confusion of this match begins, because we see the lead, and for some reason, my screen's not purple! Where's the purple?
Telepathy Lele, baby. To be fair, Slowking Galar is the biggest abuser of...
Also, hey look, it's the Z move that killed Celesteela. I wish mine did that in Season 2, but it didn't.
To be fair, he also hit it with Dual Wing Beat.
I know, and that actually did put it in range, because it had a chance not to kill.
So there you go. Yeah, I mean, the use of telepathy here is normally questionable, but... I mean, Slowking Galar is probably the best user of Psychic Terrain on either of these teams.
Yeah, I guess he just didn't want it expanding forcing.
Yeah.
Right,
but anyway, Slowking has gotten what
in.
it wants to get up, so we're in a bad spot.
Venusaur comes in to take the obvious incoming, lightning attack.
Lightning hit.
And then he takes it with no problem. But there's still a Psychic type on the other side of the field. You better be careful about that Psychic type.
Oh, here comes Lucario, though.
Lucario comes in as Death Fodder.
Oh, see ya. That crit did matter.
Expanding force. That crit really mattered.
Oh, bye.
And then Lucario's weak as heck, so it dies. It dies!
It does. It's
Out
true.
comes 2 water types, one of which is also weak to Dragon. He calls that going into Lele, but he definitely should have run Protect against a team that can, run Trick Room.
Yeah.
Personally, I would have thunderbolted into the Dracovish slot and called his bluff, because if Dracovish gets hit anyway, it doesn't do any damage to either of those things on the field.
Oh, true. No. A lot of switches here.
OJ making good defensive switches to stall out the Trick Room, but Suicune is gone. That was a big threat, except not really, because Zebstrika wasn't here.
Here comes Dracovish.
Now Dracovish comes out to click Fish's Rend, but unfortunately Slowking is so disgustingly fat that it doesn't die.
Yeah.
Now it dies, but like, you failed to assess the threat, and it kills the fastest thing on the field that you needed to kill Zarude.
Yeah. At this prom, being locked into Fish's Rend is a pretty big blunder, because, like, Zarude resists it, Vaporeon takes it easily, like, this, you don't want to be locked into it.
Right here, he double targets the Dracovish, which I don't really agree with, but he was afraid of Ally Switch, so I get it.
But how would Ally...
Lele can't 1v2 the rest of the game, so it is over.
See ya.
And that is Egg with a 3-0, getting Vaporeon the final kill.
Yay. And that puts I guess this is a bit of a spoiler, but everyone's already seen the matches. That puts Ampharos at the top of the MVP chart.
Nice.
Mega Ampharos going. So that match, OJ definitely didn't have the proper prep for Slowking or Trick Room.
Yeah, if you're afraid of Trick Room, you definitely need to run Protect on a lot of stuff.
Yeah. That Crobat did have Taunt. Taunting that Slowking probably would have been a good idea.
Not to mention, against Egg's slow team, I would definitely run Banded Dracovish over Scarf.
Makes sense, yeah. Because you're probably going first anyways.
Yeah. And then obviously you still have Vaporeon to watch out for because it's got Water Absorb.
Yeah.
But otherwise, a Banded Dracovish put in a lot of work in this game.
Well, we didn't see its item, did we?
I'm pretty sure it was Scarf because of how little damage it did to Zarude.
Oh, okay. Alright. Moving into the next one, we've got Post versus Bayanor. What is this? The Front Facers versus Team Inuyasha.
I never remember their team names unless I'm looking at the spreadsheet.
Okay. So
I look at these teams and I see Kartana, which is definitely necessary. It is extremely necessary to take out the Gastrodon. He doesn't really have a whole lot of answers to Gastrodon. So seeing Kartana here is very important.
Rotom Heat's, like, I feel like very important to be an offensive presence in this match.
Yeah, I feel like Rotom Heat has to be respected at all times because of its overheats. The Fake Outer in Scrafty is quite good because generally his team is slower than Post's, and Post has giant monsters like, Charizard,
Melmetal, and Garchomp.
Specifically things that are fast, Charizard and Garchomp, and Zeraora. Lapras is here. I don't really know what Lapras does.
Yeah, they both have a water absorber, and I'm not sure what water they're attempting to absorb.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess it's a defensive pivot,
Sure.
Not bad. On Feanor's side, Mega Diancie is the fastest thing in the game, except for Zeraora. So he has walls to beat Zeraora.
Is it really faster than Kartana?
Yeah.
Really?
I think so.
I thought Kartana was higher speed. Isn't
Kartana is sub 110.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I thought Kartana was like 115 or something.
No, it's like 107 or 109 or something.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Kartana's quite fast too. Kartana outspeeds... Wait, Mega Diancie is also faster than Zeraora?
No.
Okay. Yeah, besides Zeraora then.
No, Zeraora is like 145 or something.
Yeah, Zeraora is very high. I think Scrafty is also a really important Pokemon here just because... I mean, with the... Diancie sort of beats Charizard pretty well, pretty handily. So between the Melmetal and the Garchomp, like you need, and the Zeraora too, those Intimidates are going to be very important.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, is that all?
Yeah, I mean, I give the advantage to Post because I think just look how many threats he has.
It's true, he's got a lot of them. All right, let's get into it. This match is silly.
A little bit.
So, how do you feel about these leads?
The Burb needs to leave immediately.
Because the fastest thing here is the electric type, and...
Yep, fakes up the Zard, which is not the electric type, which is then going to kill the Burb with a critical hit, which mattered because he was dropped. Yes.
Jellicent, yeah. I mean, that's good against the Charizard, but there is still that Zeraora right there.
There's still a Zeraora on the field, and it's going to release its Z move.
Z move into that thing, completely destroying it.
The Spadef.
Yeah.
Jellicent.
And I just want to say, I do get the switch from Scrafty into this thing, but also...
I do think Kartana was more of a win condition than Scrafty.
Yeah, Kartana was more of a win condition, and also, you are bringing it in on a Charizard. Charizard could just use Heat Wave.
Yeah.
So that is a dangerous play. Especially, since Scrafty is also weak to Flying, which is another one of this thing's types. That was a pretty big loss for Feanor there.
Yep.
I mean, Diancie makes a lot of sense now. I mean, this Rotom needs to start putting in some work. Michael Wave 2.0 is barely going to take anything from that close combat. Diamond Storm's gonna destroy that, which you're to see.
Zard, yeah.
And the light screen's up.
The light screen goes up. I definitely would have set up a Reflect there personally because you knew Charizard was going to go down.
Yeah. And he switches that in. I think that was a pretty good switch there, I think.
Yep.
And
now Reflect goes up.
Double Iron Bash going to do very little through that.
Mm-hmm. All things considered, it's a -1 Melmetal, and it still did that much through Reflect.
True, yeah. But now it's burned as well. So now this Melmetal is pretty deeply out of commission at this point. But he gets the Omni Boost on the Ancient Power, which...
from the random Ancient Power.
Hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
So now 2 ground types on the field means Rotom's going to have a very hard time.
Plus, Rotom has revealed all 4 of its moves, and none of them are Overheat.
Yeah. I think not having Sun Boosted Overheat for the Melmetal was pretty big for it. I mean, gonna take a lot of damage from those Rock Slides, even through the Reflect, just because of the Omni Boost. The Will-O-Wisp gonna miss. I mean, yeah, this is purely support Rotom, which at this point in the game is not gonna help too much, because at this point, Diancie is gonna come in and, I mean, it's not gonna kill both things.
Nope.
It's gonna kill one thing, and there it goes. There it goes, killing one thing.
Yeah, and then the crazy thing is that this here Earth Power was not a roll. This was a guaranteed kill.
Yeah, because that was a minus Spadef nature on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now their aura comes in, it can fake out the Scrafty, and then...
Didn't need to. Could have just used close combat.
Yeah. But... you know, that's how we do.
Yeah, just making sure.
More guaranteed play.
More guaranteed play for sure. Yeah. I will say, I mean, good on Post for winning this one. I will say, and I'm not trying to throw shade here. I truly am not. Feanor, are you okay? Are you doing all right, bud? You need to talk about something. I feel like Feanor played so well last season in Quick Ball that the past 2 games for him have been a little bit like, I feel like, uncharacteristic of how he played in Gym Challenge and also last season. Maybe part of it is just the team, but I just feel like his plays have not been as good this time around.
I mean, I do think the team is really, really hard to use.
Fair enough. Yeah. Hey, Feanor, if you need a shoulder to cry on, trust me, my team's also terrible. we can cry together. All right. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm down to cry.
I'm down to cry, dude. Always down to cry. I think Feanor definitely had an uphill battle there. Zeraora is just such a threat in this match, and yeah.
Yep.
Kartana needed to last longer. I don't think it mattered too much in the end, especially with Zeraora still being alive and the fastest thing. And Melmetal really needed overheat prep for it, I think.
Yeah.
Because Melmetal's, was it with AV? I don't remember what this Melmetal set was, but if it didn't have AV, its special defense is not great.
Yeah, it just has really high HP.
Yeah. High HP, high defense, but it's like 60 special defense or something. I think the Omni Boost definitely helped Post. I don't think the Omni Boost is the reason Post won. I think Post would have won regardless of that.
Yeah, probably.
He early on in the first like 3 turns gained a huge amount of momentum by immediately taking out Articuno, immediately taking out Jellicent, immediately taking out Kartana, that I don't think there was too much Feanor could have done to come back, because at that point he's got basically 2 support mons in Scrafty and Rotom, and he has to kill 5 Pokemon with Diancie, one of which is Melmetal.
Yeah.
Which wasn't happening.
It's never happening.
It's not happening. So, yeah, that was kind of unfortunate.
Even if Melmetal was like a minus Spadef nature, Mystical Fire would have done like 50%.
50% or so, yeah. Yeah, unfortunate there. Alright, moving into the last match of Quick Ball this week. We've got the blue team versus Numb and Number. So
I forgot this match was part of this week.
Oh, are you madder?
I'm pissed.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about why you're pissed.
All right. I mean, you can look at Stormy's Pokemon and generally understand that she only is playing this season to bully people, which is like pretty messed up, honestly. Especially bullying the new guy. That's really actually just awful of her.
That's screwed up. Can't believe you've done this.
Running a team with like 2 paralyzers, one of which is priority, an air slash flincher, and then topping it all off with a Mr. Mime. I'm getting a phone call.
That is true. Don't worry about it.
Okay. So, talking actually about the match, Whiskey has to be afraid of paralysis because it cripples very important members of his team, such as Urshifu, Incineroar, Kling Klang, and less so the other 3 because Swampert's immune and the other 2 don't care that much. In addition, if he's running Rage Powder, it doesn't work on Shaman. Shaman ignores it.
Yep. And Spore.
Yep. Anything that's powdery, Shaman will ignore.
Yeah, Shaman works really well into the Amoonguss here.
Additionally, Conkeldurr. Once 2 of these defensive Pokemon are down, like Amoonguss and Pelipper, it runs a storm through his team.
Mm-hmm.
It just comes in like a truck. Not to mention, Whiskey has a myriad of physical attackers, and there's an Aggron there.
Mm-hmm.
Which will lose its water weakness upon Mega Evolving.
Yeah, very true. The Incineroar is still sort of an issue for it, though.
Sort of, but I mean, Shaman and Thundurus deal with it quite well.
Mm-hmm. How's Shaman? Oh, yeah. Wait, why Shaman?
Earth Power.
Oh. Okay, yeah.
Shaman's just strong.
Yeah, that's true.
Not to mention, Incineroar is not going to have any spread moves, and it would have to deal with Mr. Mime.
Yeah. Mime's biggest concern here is that a lot of Whiskey's team is physical, and Mime's physically frail, so it's at most getting 1 Follow Me off.
Yeah, but it can fake out.
Yeah, it's fake outing and then follow me. Whereas I think Rotom is definitely like the defensive core, or I guess Aggron as well. But
yeah, Rotom and
Aggron
are both tough to break. Urshifu can't even really break a Mega to Aggron in 1 turn.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's
how much do you think a close combat would do to Mega Aggron?
I don't know. Do I have to calc it?
No. Just give me your best guess.
I want to say like 60 at most, but I can calc it.
All right. Well, let's get into the match.
Yeah, you do that.
All right. So we're leading off with the Kling Klang and the Incineroar. Good fake out lead. Leading with
zero Fizz Def. It does 60.
Yeah. So gonna get the faster fake out there. So nothing's gonna be happening there. And the ally switch. It's not a speed type.
Speed Mine, I said.
Oh, Speed Mine, yeah. It's just its base is much higher. And in comes Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr probably needed to come in much later. I mean, I guess this
is.
But I guess it works well
really
against these 2. Yeah.
And then the Incin reveals a Life Orb, which is interesting.
Now he's burned.
Yeah, Conk is burned, which means it's about to get all the HP right back. Switches into Pelipper, which I think is a good switch there.
Yeah, very good switch. Goes for close combat.
Oh, the Chad move. No, none of this pussy drain punch.
None of this pussy drain punch. Yeah, at this point, yeah, Mega Swampert's gonna be an issue because it can outspeed definitely and kill. Actually, it doesn't outspeed. No, it does. I think it still outspeeds Conk and Tailwind.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's on its last legs at this point.
The Tailwind has petered out anyway.
It's not surviving another turn. It's not doing well. The Waterfall's gonna kill it, and
losing the Conkeldurr to deal with Kling Klang and Incin is not great. But also look at how much Shaman takes from this resisted punching bear.
Yeah, and in comes the fake out again.
Yeah, at this point you kind of have to double protect, I think. Or double switch, that also works.
Mm-hmm.
This match happened a while ago.
Yeah. And Tailwind is back up. Makes sense.
Tailwind is back up. This is probably the worst case scenario for Whiskey. I don't see really why she switched there.
Oh, yeah, for Shaman, because she coulda, yeah, Earth Powered, yeah.
Oh, I would have protected in case Fake Out came, but...
Oh, true, yeah, that was...
Similarly, she could have killed Amoonguss with Air Slash.
Yeah, because But
Swampert out here with no rain because Teleporters have unfortunately perished.
yeah, there is no more weather this match. That ain't happening.
Good old status moves doing what they do best over the course of this week and missing.
But now it is taunted and paralyzed. Those stealth rocks are big.
Yeah, those stealth rocks. I don't remember how much Shaman has, but it'll come in at like 8%, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I mean, with the exception of Aggron, she's got a penchant for switching, and a lot of these Pokemon do not appreciate the
Plus,
rocks
Aggron's
damage.
not getting any HP back. This is questionable. I'm not gonna lie. What is the Giggle Havoc for? I don't really know.
Yeah.
Usually you pack a Z move to specifically kill one thing that gives your team problems.
Yeah.
I don't see anything on her team that Giggle Havoc beats.
Yeah, I think the concept there was that Electric is a very good type generally against her team. So, like, there's a lot of things that are weak to Electric or don't resist Electric, so I think that was the goal there. But as you just said, with a Z move, it is usually, there's this one thing I want to kill, and there wasn't really one thing that was...
Yeah, either that or you want, like, a really strong stab move.
Yeah. Yeah, or you just want to get rid of some bad secondary effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
like that's the incentive to run things like Z Focus Punch. It doesn't matter if they're weak to it; you just blow them up.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, the switch in. So yeah, honestly, Rotom's gonna take more damage from like rocks than it would actually be taking from anything else. Anyways, trying to use Prankster on a Dark-type Pokemon.
No one will ever remember this, including me.
2 for 2 on this.
You have to put a sticky note on top of the match to remember.
Yeah, no, yeah, I mean, especially with these, like, tanky Pokemon left over, you know, you don't... Because the only ones that aren't tanky are the ones that are weak to Stealth Rocks.
Yeah.
You don't want that. Anyways, trying to run out the sleep turns on Aggron here, but it is very low. That Flare Blitz did a number on it.
Yeah.
Continuing to get paralyzed though. Now it's taunted. This poor
Klinklang.
This poor Klinklang isn't gonna get to do anything. Gear Grind is gonna take out Mime though.
It did something.
Filter be damned. That thing is physically frail as hell.
Yeah, it died to 1. The whiskey popping off in the chat that he killed Mr. Mime. Understandably so.
Yeah. Oh, there's the Thunder Wave.
Yeah, Thunder Wave comes out onto Amoonguss. The Karate Kid takes 40% from a body press.
The Jujitsu Juvenile.
Yeah, the Punch Bear.
And Surging Strikes does a fuck all here.
I really think you had the close combat there. Because it would have killed.
Yep, and there's another Thunder Wave. Hope Whiskey likes not moving. Thunder Punch still not killing because of that attack nerf.
Yeah, if he close combated, this was such a good turn for him.
What was the minus attack from? I don't even remember.
He got intimidated.
Oh, by instant. Okay. Yeah. Oh, and there's another 25% of your life. See you later.
Mm-hmm. The Stealth Rock's certainly doing damage. However, Whiskey is slowly being whittled down a little bit faster.
Yeah, I mean, especially with all these paralyses, he has a much lower chance of actually being able to play the video game.
This is never a good combination to have on the field, Klinklang plus Amoonguss.
Yeah, because neither of them are particularly doing damage.
Yeah. Amoonguss you always want to be paired with a carry.
I mean, I guess Klinklang's a carry. What is it trying? Is it just trying to get a Trick Room here? Yeah.
Yeah, I think at this point you needed to have Amoonguss just spam Rage Powder and Swampert to put in work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Swampert would it? I mean, Swampert. I'm not sure if Swampert would have taken. Oh, fuck, that Wild Charge does nothing. And now Trick Room's back up.
You can always pivot Amoonguss out into Incin to get the regen on Amoonguss.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, sure, yeah, very true. And that thing finally goes down.
You could protect on Swampert and just switch back and forth in that slot to let Swampert just get off a ton of free damage.
I see. Yeah, and that Shaman is...
It was 11%. I said 8 earlier, but it was 7. It was 11.
Yeah, that Shaman needs to protect here. You gotta run out that Trick Room right now. That Thunder.
But here's the thing about Pokemon like Shaman. Their HP does not matter. If it's more than 0, they're gonna put in work.
Yeah, and there it goes down. Here's Ensign. Here's Ensign to, yeah. I mean, the fake out is gonna kill that thing. This is not a good position. Stormy needs to get flinches on, Ensign, basically.
Yeah, right now the only play is to air slash Ensign, but it doesn't matter because he goes for an ally switch anyway.
And the Flare
Which gives him the key.
Yep.
You had to bank on the 60% flinch on Ensign and for the gear to get paralyzed.
Yep.
That was basically your only win condition.
Yep. Well, the gear didn't get paralyzed, which would have worked out since she targeted the wrong slot and then ended up targeting the right slot, but didn't get the paralyze.
Yeah, this team basically played that turn to her most advantage, and she still lost.
Yep. Okay, well that is it for Quick Ball. Let's get into Grooboom Gang versus Ultra Platinum.
Yeah, so when you look at these teams, you see Rillaboom.
I do see Rillaboom. He's there.
Yeah, it's disgustingly good against the opposing team.
That's generally the case.
Even if it doesn't look that good on paper, it always just is. So basically, Steven can't really drop the ball until Rillaboom's dead. And then on top of that, Heatran puts in a lot of work. He's got 2 notable fire weaknesses, namely Vileplume and Mawile.
Yeah.
Moltres is kind of only here to beat Giratina, I think.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
A Pokemon that puts in a lot of work on Steven's side is Porygon 2.
That's, yeah. I mean, I feel like that's generally true.
It's an incredibly hard Pokemon to break without a fighting type.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Rillaboom has some answers to it.
Yeah, I mean, Rillaboom could be running Superpower, but from what I remember about this match, it's SD Rillaboom, which you generally don't want to run Superpower on.
Mm.
Or if you do, you only want to click it when you really know it's going to kill something.
Sure. Makes sense.
Latios, I think, is a pretty good pick, even though it gets defeated by Grimmsnarl entirely.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's the nature of team building.
Yeah. How do you feel about Nidoqueen? I think Nidoqueen's a good bring here, but what are your thoughts?
I think Nidoqueen is generally just a C-tier monster and has been underrated for a very long time.
Uh-huh. Okay.
It's super good in this match. It kind of just destroys Heatran, can destroy Latios, can destroy Moltres, can destroy Palossand, destroys Comfey. I mean, it has a super effective move to hit everything on his team.
Yeah.
Nidoqueen is just really strong.
Mm-hmm. Okie dokie. Let's see how it plays out. Who do you, based on drafts, who do you give the advantage? Oh, wait, Rillaboom's here. Never mind.
I mean, even still, Steven.
Steven?
Yeah. I just think a lot of Diggory's team barely falls short of breaking some of Steven's bigger threats.
Mm-hmm. Like that Porygon. Sludge Bomb is going to be immune there. Good switch there. I mean, Diggory's doing what he needs to do and keeping Rillaboom in the back. Because as long as that Rillaboom's alive, Steven cannot let his guard down.
Cannot let things get like too much chip when Rillaboom can come out and just pick anything off that it wants to.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, all of his walls, like Porygon, like Vileplume, they all need to be full health to deal with Rillaboom.
Mm-hmm. Ice Beam's gonna do very little there, and I think this is a Poltergeist that comes out.
Yep, Poltergeist coming out from Giratina. And now, because the Trick Room is up, good old Giratina gets to click, I think, Earth Power here on Heatran.
Is it slower than Heatran, really?
Yeah. I mean, his is spec to be.
Oh, okay.
Which is unfortunate because Heatran goes to the eruption and it does no damage.
Yeah. It lived, but honestly, didn't matter. Just gives him a switch at some point. Now
Comfey comes in, which makes sense. It can heal the Moltres to allow it to boost further. Yeah. Plus, this is the last turn of Trick Room, so it can potentially go off. Comfey is attacked by its mental herb. That's pretty messed up, I guess.
The mental herb has gone mental, dude. The Fiery Wrath, I mean, yeah.
Fiery Wrath comes out, and I think it's kind of wild that he didn't heal Moltres.
Moltres, yeah. I mean, Moltres right now is in such a good position because that Ice Beam did just enough to give it that huge boost. That
yeah, like I understand the taunt. I don't know. It was a 50-50 there, regardless.
I think so, yeah. No, I mean, the Moltres right now is putting in so much work. These are basically the only two Pokemon that can come in on that Fiery Wrath.
Yeah, brings out Heatran as a sack.
And the Protect off, which is basically just going to guarantee the sack, although, yeah, they both go for Moltres, which makes a lot of sense there. I mean, what's the Heatran even going to do at this point?
Yeah, the light screen goes up, which is really good. He Sucker Punches the Heatran, which I think Diggory didn't even want the Heatran alive. So this, if anything, gives him a free switch. But, I mean, in the end, it was going to attack Mawile. If Mawile didn't kill it, it still had another fire attack besides Eruption, so it would have killed it. Now Comfey comes back out.
Comfey's trying to kill that Mawile. What? Now, I don't understand the Draining Kiss. That wasn't a misclick from what I understand.
Yeah, I really think you had to heal the Moltres there.
Yeah, had I just seen that turn, I would have assumed a misclick into Nidoqueen. Like, I'm
not sure if he was running Floral Healing.
Okay, right, yeah.
I don't remember the rest of the match.
Yeah,
but...
I mean, I think definitely the best play there was to heal the Moltres. But even if you're not healing the Moltres, I'm confused by the Draining Kiss into the Nidoqueen instead of the Mawile.
I don't know if either would have killed through Light Screen.
I mean, fair, but I'm just... I'm not sure what the Draining Kiss was for at all.
I don't know. If you had Floral Healing, I think you had to click it there.
Yeah, Floral Healing, even just the move where it heals itself, I think, because it's not doing any damage either way, like through that screen. So I'm not sure what the intention there was, but either way, it's dead. I'm sure there was some reason for it. I'm too small-brained to see it. Anyway, here comes the monkey. It's in a very good position to start killing. I mean, Steven is up a lot of mons, but also those rocks.
Plus, Grimmsnarl will be unable to get up a Prankster Reflect because Rillaboom can actually kill it before it can.
Goes for Swords Dance.
Goes for the smart Swords Dance there. That was a good Swords Dance because it was so unlikely that Nidoqueen was going to stay in, so I think that was a really good Swords Dance.
Now it's flinching, and the Poltergeist is going to take out that Palo Sand.
In my opinion, Steven is not assessing the threat.
There is a Rillaboom sitting right there. I'm not sure what you could have done to the Rillaboom. Besides,
I understand you would have taken damage on Giratina, but regardless, Latios was coming out next, which is always going to kill Giratina.
Yeah, see you later.
So in my opinion, I think you just had to focus on Rillaboom.
Yeah, I mean, Diggory might only have 2 mons left, but they are 2 mons that are ready to kill.
Plus, actually, can you pause it for a second?
Absolutely.
I think when Steven was in the advantage that he was, having 6 Pokemon to 2, you cannot risk the Rillaboom Swords Dancing there. I think you have to sack Nidoqueen and Sludge Bomb it in case it Swords Dances. Like, I understand he was playing for differential, but you had answers in the back still. I think he absolutely had the Sludge Bomb there. Yeah. I think it was the safer play. Even though Rillaboom could have killed it, it would have increased his differential either way. Because if Nidoqueen goes down, he gets something in for free. Yeah. And he has 5 Pokemon to choose from. So, in my opinion, I think you just attack Rillaboom there.
Yeah, especially with how whittled down your tanks have become at this point via the rocks.
Like, you're at such a resource advantage that you can make...
You need to go for the riskier play to some degree, yeah.
like, you have to understand that at this point, Diggory is in, like, desperation mode, and if he has Sword Stance, he has to click it there if he wants any chance to win. So I think the more reasonable play is to just kill it in case.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm making sense.
I do get exactly what you're saying. Diggory was definitely in a do or die situation where if he wanted to win from his current position, I mean,
I think if you take a step back from the battle in your own position and understand the mindset that Diggory is in, you have to Sludge Bomb there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because even if Nidoqueen did get murdered there, as you were saying, I mean, with the exception of like Mawile, which was basically a dead switch, there were a lot of things you could bring in at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Vileplume deals with Rillaboom quite well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fair points. Of course, this is all...
I mean, it's all conjecture.
Yeah, but... I mean, this is all conjecture, and also this is all stuff we're talking about, after a match, after knowing how it plays out, so,
Right, yeah.
But, I mean, that's also the point of an analysis.
Yeah, that's my 2 cents on the matter.
Yeah. So in comes Vileplume.
Now Vileplume comes in.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Kurt.
It's Kurt, dude.
And it takes actually so much from that Grassy Glide, which is why I feel like it would have been nicer if it came in at full health.
Yeah, dude, it's living.
And not have to take 2 turns.
Your Monkey is not dying. Monkey is still here. Monkey is taking out anything.
Yeah.
So now basically...
now he stacks Mawile to rocks.
Getting the Protect up just so he can run out that grassy terrain. Which, smart move.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of this thing's priority. Because that's the only drawback of keeping Rillaboom as a late game win con, is that terrain can run out.
Yeah, and at this point, Nidoqueen comes back in.
Now Nidoqueen can come out safely and destroy the Rillaboom. If he didn't... He did have Sludge Bomb. Yeah, he had Sludge Bomb.
Yeah, he had Sludge Bomb. He used it on the first turn.
Yeah, and now Vileplume gets to click
I have a question about Vileplume. Or rather, I have a question about Pollen Puff. If you use Pollen Puff on an ally, and your ally dies, does it fail, or does it redirect to an opponent?
I think it fails.
It fails? Okay. I wasn't sure. I was wondering if it locks in whether it's an attack or a heal when you click it or not. Anyways, the Draco is going to take out that.
Yeah, I do think that was the better thing to target.
Yeah, especially if it went for a recover, you were done.
Yeah, but now Steven's going to protect to get his extra Black Sludge.
Yeah, I mean, that was a roll that Pollen Puff should have killed. It did not kill, but now...
Well, it could have.
This roll should have killed, but it did not kill, so that Steven played really well on that, and then...
Yeah, they both been rolled.
Yeah, they both been rolled on that, and Platinum wins by the skin of his teeth. I definitely think, and you mentioned this, that Ultra Platinum had, I think...
I just think he had the resources to burn, that it was worth trying to end the game there.
Yeah, ending the game a lot earlier. Yeah, I mean, with that Rillaboom, yeah, he had to play so much of that...
possibility of Sword Stance.
Yeah, he had to play so much of that match concerned about the Rillaboom that once Diggory was in the position of he can basically no longer switch, like he's down so many Pokemon.
Okay, I think I finally have the words for it.
Give it to me.
So, on that turn when Nidoqueen was out, you have to assess your point in the match, and it's like, okay, if Rillaboom kills my Nidoqueen here, I have 5 Pokemon to deal with a +0 Rillaboom. If I switch and it Swords Dances, I have to deal with a +2 Rillaboom. And that's a lot harder to deal with, and as you can see, the match ended in a 1-0.
Yeah.
So he ended up having to burn all of those resources to
take
Rillaboom.
out the +2 Rillaboom.
Whereas if he had just potentially sacked Nidoking to Grassy Glide, he was in a much better position.
Yeah, I mean, because Vileplume, wouldn't have taken nearly as much from a +0 Grassy Glide. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on to...
Let me know if you agree or disagree with that, Steven.
Cool. Let's hear about this one.
I don't want to.
Okay, alright. I'm gonna try...
Alright, no, I'll try.
Okay.
So, in my mind, I was like, yo, he's scared of, Durant and Weavile. So I didn't bring Durant because I mean, full disclosure, I'm terrified of missing. I've been burned like this before.
Oh, burned, you say? You've been burned like this before.
Yeah, we'll get into that later. So actually, my carry for this match is Sylveon. I intend to break the first half of his team with Sylveon and then come in with a Scarfed Urshifu to clean up. How to get the Sylveon set up is that I sack Inteleon to get up screens, and then Latias and Sylveon are out together. Sylveon's +1 Omni boosted, and then it tears through with the help of Latias. His plan is that he's got a banded Breloom with Mach Punch. He was probably also hoping to see Smeargle here, because if I'm bringing Smeargle, that means it's less likely that Weavile is Focus Sash, and he probably wants my Weavile to be anything but Focus Sash.
Mm-hmm.
He also doesn't bring Lando, which makes sense, I think, because of Weavile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Gyarados is just really threatening here.
Yeah, Gyarados is. But in my plan where Sylveon is doing well, it shouldn't matter as much, because Sylveon will have defense, it will have potentially a Reflect.
Mm-hmm.
Gourgeist is here as a defensive pivot with Will-O-Wisp, and that's basically all it's supposed to do. I actually kind of like Probopass here. Because,
yeah, I was gonna say, can we talk about the Probopass?
Yeah, I like Probopass here. It walls out Sylveon almost entirely. It does lose to both Weavile and Urshifu. Weavile only because I'm running Tech Low Kick. Because I'm like, his Gyarados is Dark type, and his Probopass is weak to fighting. I'm just gonna run Low Kick. So, on paper I do like Probopass, but I also expected it and ran Low Kick.
I see. Okay, well, let's get into it. Man, thank God.
Also, Raichu here is very good too.
Yeah, thank you for actually talking about the match, because I would have been lost. I'm bad at this.
Yeah.
I'm your friendly gargoyle, not your Pokemon analyst.
Yeah, we got Fortnite out here.
Fortnite, dude. When I was putting in the stats, I accidentally wrote Fortnite instead of Inteleon at first.
Nice. I make the switch to Gourgeist here because I figure Mach Punch is going to happen, and now that Gourgeist has first it, I can see its Choice Band, and I'm like, that's fantastic for me, actually.
Yep.
Because Inteleon is set to outspeed Raichu, and it gives me the perfect setup where I can get up one screen and sack Inteleon, which is exactly what I wanted.
And
I mean, I would have liked two screens, but.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And now Gourgeist is going to burn the Breloom, which is great for me.
Yeah, that puts Breloom in a difficult position. It does still have Spore, but now its Mach Punches are doing a lot less.
Yeah, and at this point I bring out Sylveon because I just think it's a good chance to set up. Probopass isn't going to do much to me, and I will eventually chip it down because it has no reliable recovery.
Yeah. Yeah, Fourgeist.
Fourgeist, I'm more scared of.
Yeah. Because it's going to not care so much about what you do, and it can also use this chance to set up.
Yeah, Naganadel comes in, which was actually like totally okay for me. I was like, I hope you stay in because I'm tailwinding here. I go for the Wish on Sylveon in case Naganadel like Z moves it, because it'll live, and then I can protect next turn and get it all back. Sylveon does like a lot of damage to Pokemon that it should not be doing damage to, all things considered. Stealth Rocks go up, makes sense to bring Stealth Rocks. I have Moltres.
Yeah, and also Weavile, if it's sashed, is now going to no longer have that.
Yeah, I go for the Psyshock on Florges to help take it out.
Yeah, I do got Synthesis. Yeah, and that's doing nothing. But he does get the switch here into, what, Raichu? Yeah.
Raichu, which at this point I should have protected Sylveon, and I don't think I did. Or I should have protected and Psyshocked, is what I should have done. I don't know why I didn't.
Yeah, the helping hand into a crit, or rather into a fake out user was...
I'm pretty sure I clicked cancel, but I was too slow.
I see.
Oh well.
Yeah. No
so now Florges is becoming a problem. And he chooses to focus down Latias as I get up my Parting Tailwind, which is what I wanted. I do think the Tailwind here is more important than damage on Florges because I can bring out Weavile to revenge it.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, because its defense is still very low, and it's still very slow. And Raichu can't fake out here, which means he's got to switch.
Yep, so I go for the triple axle here on the Florges. It does not quite take it out, but it does put it in Hyper Voice range.
And And that doesn't kill the crit didn't matter, did it?
The crit didn't matter, it was too low.
Okay. Yeah, the Probopass still taking a bunch. Alright, now another...
Raichu comes out here.
Another fake out.
Did I double protect here, or did
No.
I, like, in case? Yeah, okay. Because, like, Sylveon's not taking much damage here anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. I think I wished here.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense, yeah.
And at this point, I got one turn of Tailwind. Weavile takes some damage there from extreme speed. Gonna low kick the Probopass,
Puts you
and
in
then Hype Voice.
No.
Or, no, Wish.
You wished again.
Okay, yeah, no, Wish makes sense because Naganadel can come out.
Ah, okay. Yeah, now Gourgeist back out. Oh man, Focus Sash.
Mm-hmm. Go for the Play Rough under the Gourgeist. Gourgeist takes no damage. Weavile has just enough to come back in one more time.
And he doesn't Mega specifically to avoid taking extra damage from that Hyper Voice. Good, good, smart.
Because it would have died.
Yep, good smart on that. Making sure you don't have the Dark typing quite yet.
And here, I didn't want to protect Sylveon in case he DD'd again. Because if he DD's again, I lose.
Mm-hmm.
But if I burn Gyarados, then I have answers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fine that Sylveon dies there. It's not fine that I miss Will-O-Wisp, but that's the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole game.
Yeah, because they're outspeeding you now.
Yeah. And I fake out that because it's faster. And then Gourgeist would have lived to the crunch
otherwise.
if the Gyarados was burned and killed it with Power Whip.
Mm-hmm, yeah. And even if you had gone for Power Whip on that previous turn, it's the same accuracy, so...
Yeah.
Also would have missed.
Point, I have to protect Weavile because I need it for another turn. Close combat, the Breloom, it dies. Urshifu would have very easily lived this waterfall if Gyarados was burned.
Alas. Yeah, and now you're in a position where you have nothing.
Yep.
You're done.
That burn basically lost me the game.
You're done, son. Alright.
That Will-O-Wisp miss was really bad.
Yeah. Close either way.
Yeah, I think Lysander played really well, but I'm still upset about the Will-O-Wisp.
Okay, alright, moving in. Oh, no.
Also, just thought process as to why I clicked Will-O-Wisp and not Power Whip. If he didn't Mega Evolve, it didn't kill. And Will-O-Wisp was... I did Calx. Will-O-Wisp was the better play for me.
I see. Alright. What do I do? Do I talk? I don't think talking about what I was planning is useful.
No. I mean, you can go for it. Did you pull up the rematch?
What?
Do you want to?
No, it's not official TDD. People.
It's not. But we did it. We did that for season 1 tiebreaker.
Oh, did we show up? It's fine. I mean, basically, my plan here is I have a lot of really defensive Pokemon. I'm essentially what I'm doing is I'm running very scuffed Hail. I'm basically running Pokemon that are tanky and have their own sort of recovery, so I can sort of chip down Peanut until my Pokemon are boosted up enough that they can take out post-chip. The Behaim set is especially egregious. I won't go into too much detail, but that's sort of what I'm going for. A big problem that I see going into this is very much Snorlax, because Snorlax is slower than anything I have, so it succeeds very well in Trick Room, and it also has Darkest Lariat, which is going to break through any defensive buffs that I apply via Runerigus or Behaim, and stuff like that. So, and it's also super effective against 3 of my Pokemon, and he has fighting moves for Guzzlord and Regice. He probably has something for a Golisopod, but he didn't really need it. But anyways, yeah, so I see Snorlax as the premier threat on his team. In regards to me prepping against his 2 types of terrain, I wasn't really sure which one to expect. I assumed one of them would be coming, so I prepped Delmise to deal with a grassy terrain team, and I prepped Runerigus to deal with a electric terrain team, and I've also prepped... Basically, Delmise also helps resist some of the electric terrain stuff, and Runerigus is equipped with a Rindo Berry in case Grassy comes. Obviously, he's not running Grassy.
Yeah, unfortunately, you weren't prepped for a Snorlax team.
I mean, I tried to prep for a Snorlax team. It didn't work. I do want to point out one thing. So after this match, it was recommended to me that I should have run Haze. And while I do understand that, yes, Haze would have been good, Haze would have been very bad for me since my entire team was also based around stacking defensive buffs. So Haze would not have worked. Because if I bring him down to +0 and I bring me down to +0, I'm in the same shitty situation, basically.
Much.
With
also,
the
your
exception
hazers are very slow.
Yep. Yeah, it's Rune, basically. I'm pretty sure Rune's the only... I guess Regice also. So I'm sort of debating between running TR and not TR here. I have it. Not deciding on whether I'm going to do it. Aerodactyl, probably going to go for a Tailwind. Xurkitree is quite fast. Yeah, I mean, I'm really worried about the Blastoise and the Snorlax is what it comes down to. On his side, well, we'll see what he's planning. And this was happening at the same time as the Diggory-Steven match, and we'll see pretty soon which one of those was the better match.
Yeah, so immediately you look at Natasha's team, and you should be like, this is a horrifying lead.
Yeah, no, I screwed up this lead terribly. Had I thought about it more, I probably still would have led the same way. I wasn't expecting both of these to come out immediately, because I sort of saw these as win cons, so I expected a Blastoise lead. I didn't expect a Snorlax lead. I expected it to come out later because it resists. I mean, Thick Fat lets it resist my Ice type. And I didn't see it coming out. I thought maybe Pincurchin or Xurkitree or Aerodactyl as a lead here alongside Blastoise. I didn't think it was going to be Snorlax. But I see this and I'm basically like, yeah, TR is a bad idea, but maybe still because I don't know. Anyways, he could have at this point just followed me every single turn and I would have lost the match. I get my Hail up, he goes for a Belly Drum, which that's no good.
Yep, activates his Gluttony. I got Pop-Up Berry.
And I do go for the TR, which, I mean, it wouldn't have mattered either way. It was a mistake, but it wouldn't have mattered either way. Anyway, he goes for Darkest Lariat, so Behaim's not doing any of its tanky bullshit.
Yeah, it's actually crazy that Slowbro's Snorlax is that slow.
Yeah, it's very slow. And he goes
because you were running like min speed Behaim, right?
I was running min speed base everything, yeah.
Yeah, so his Snorlax is actually like spec'd for Trick Room.
Spec'd for Trick Room, which makes a lot of sense. Anyways, yeah, I'm in a really bad place here. He didn't have to switch here. He could have just kept follow meing because that Snorlax is slower than everything. Emergency Exit's gonna make this thing leave.
Did you have first impression or no?
I did, yeah. I did this really popular thing known as forgetting about emergency exit.
Yeah,
and
a lot of people do.
Yeah, and I clicked close combat, and when it lived with 5%, I was like, fuck yeah, this Snorlax is gone. And then it said emergency exit on my screen, and I was like, I've made a terrible error.
Yeah, I think you had the first impression though to have any chance.
Yeah, I don't know how much it would have done, but yeah. Snorlax is not very physically defensive. Anyways, the Darkest Lariat's going to come out.
Now that you've ironed defense, he reveals his Darkest Lariat.
Yeah. At this point, I need to basically, ironically, stall out my own Trick Room.
Yeah, but even if you do, he's got that thing.
Yep. Go for the ally switch here, hoping I can preserve this a little bit longer. I figure he's going to, yeah, do something like that. Take very little.
Yeah, again, I think you had the first impression, but
probably,
you know,
probably, yeah. That's fair. All fair points. All fair points. Now, at this point, I figured, yeah. So the Hammer Arm I knew was not going to kill there, but what I figured would happen is that he would attack the Guzzlord side because the Darkest Lariat would not have killed there. I don't know if he was attacking the Guzzlord or was actually expecting the ally switch. Either way.
I'm expecting ally switch.
Yeah. He didn't need to switch out there because Regice had no way of... Well, it didn't matter because they both got flanched. But Regice had no way of killing through Thick Fat, and now
well, it doesn't have Thick Fat, it has Gluttony.
Oh, it has Gluttony, you're right. Still, I don't think Ice Beam would have killed there.
Probably not. Snorlax's speed def is like 130.
Yeah, it's 130, it's very high. And because of the Hammer Arm bringing my speed down outside of Trick Room, Snorlax is now faster.
Yep.
So it could have just killed there. Goes for a follow me. I mean, what this match comes down to, and also the double flinch was great, and I think I get double flinched again, or at least single flinched. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, the follow me is going to do that, and another flinch. Not that it matters. I think what this match comes down to is Peanut was going to get a 6-0 regardless, and he got a 6-0 in a roundabout, sort of more roundabout way than he needed to. Which, I mean, props to him for getting it. I really played myself early on. And he was careful, which I think is good. I think it's good that he was careful, but he didn't need to be as careful as he needed to be, especially once he had his setup over my setup and I put up the trick room. He was in a good position to end the game roughly 3 turns earlier than he did, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Regardless, I respect the safe play.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, preserving as much as possible is almost never a bad thing. So it worked out for him. Really shitty match on my end, but that is how it be. Yeah, I mean, there was another match where I ended up doing a little bit better, but no need to show that. Okay, so let's talk about the MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all things considered, I feel like it has to be in the Steven versus Diggory match because they both played super well.
Yeah. Thinking, I mean, Lad's been played pretty well too. Probably. Yeah, probably here. I mean, we gave it to Steven last week, so I guess that's Diggory by default.
I mean, not even by default. I think he held on to his win condition really well.
Yeah, with the Rillaboom. Sure. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. What did the Comfey have? Synthesis, Taunt, Journey Coast. Okay, so we never saw that 4th slot. I think definitely the Moltres could be played around better.
Yeah, if he had Floral Healing, I think he should have clicked it. I don't remember his paste.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Steven's Porygon ironically put him in a very bad position with it activating the Berserk when it did. It ran through everything, and Steven later on with the Nidoqueen, as you mentioned already. So yeah, I mean,
his base said he has Floral Healing.
Okay, well, not entirely sure, but it works out. All right, so yeah, I guess it's Diggory held on to the Rillaboom and the Latias very well, and the last few turns, I mean, they worked out.
I mean, it's always fun to see a really strong comeback too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, coming from what a 2-0 to a 0-1.
2-6, bringing it down to a 1-0.
Yeah. All right, cool. So that is this week. We hope you enjoyed.
Yeah.
You weren't as angry as you said you were gonna be.
I hold it all internally. It's very unhealthy, but it makes the video maybe better.
No, dude, you just gotta be angry. It gets the views, dude. All right, well, we'll see you all next week. You can click around the screen. There's probably stuff on the screen. Bye.
Bye.